Once upon a time in a land far, far. Wait a second. Wrong story. This is my story, which is most definitely not a fairy tale. This is real life. This is my life. Me, Kayli Hope Slaven. I won't tell you my whole story because that started like 19 years ago, and that would take a long time to tell. This particular story starts about, I want to say 2 years ago? Going on 2 years ago when I first got my acceptance letter to Miami University. The one in, Oxford, Ohio. The one that I'm currently at. I applied early decision, so my application and acceptance was binding. I had no other option but to go here. But that was perfectly fine with me, since I hadn't applied to any other school. But from the first time I visited this school, I knew that I wanted to go here. The people were amazing. The view was beautiful. And the academics alone were pretty awesome. I mean, if that's not enough to make you want to attend a school, then I don't know what else is, really. Summer leading up to my first year at Miami was insane. There was so much packing and planning to be done, and my parents were so sad that I was leaving them. They were happy for me, but they were going to miss me quite a bit, especially since I'm their only child. But anyway, they're all right now. And when we got to Miami for orientation weekend, we were a bit early, so I got to show my parents around a little bit. I think we were all a little anxious and excited, but it was really cool to be able to look around and see everything and see the school that I would be attending for hopefully the next 4 years of my life. So, orientation weekend was kind of insane. It was such an emotional roller coaster. I was sad to see my parents go because I was saying goodbye to one part of my life, but at the same time, I was happy because I was starting a new chapter in my life. And I mean, I was excited like, to even have my own room, which away from my parents. I mean, I had a roommate, but that's cool too. But I ended up meeting so many new friends and participating in so many new activities during orientation weekend, and it was almost overwhelming. And I'll be honest, the food at Miami is pretty legit. It's probably one of the reasons why I started going here. But during orientation weekend, I got to go to a lot of new things, and like even see what the hockey team is like and the ice skating team. But I also got to meet a lot of new friends too. We even had to make a um, like commercial, make a project about not doing drugs, which was actually a lot of fun. And these people who I met ended up being people who lived next to me and across from me in my dorm. After orientation weekend, I'll be honest, I was kind of nervous to start my classes, but I really shouldn't have been. I'm majoring in special education, by the way, in case you were wondering. I found out that most of my professors were pretty amazing. The only parts of my classes I really didn't like were the presentations, but I guess those would be expected. But I soon realized that college isn't all friends and partying. With this newfound freedom, I discovered that with great power comes great responsibility. Yes, I could hang out with whoever I wanted to and eat whenever I wanted, whatever I wanted. But there were other things besides just eating junk food all the time. There were a lot of late nights and study sessions and homework sessions, and that made it hard because, I mean, there were days when I'd go to class in my pajamas, and I never thought I would do that or be that person. But I was up at all hours of the night studying for exams. I mean, without all those energy drinks and caffeine, I probably wouldn't have made it through my first semester of college, to be completely honest. Like my fortune cookie said, sleep is probably one of the best things ever. I also learned that there are weird things in college, like seeing reindeer or watching someone in class buy a Mercedes Benz just casually on their laptop, or walking on the streets and seeing someone dressed as a squirrel throwing nuts at people. Because why not? It's college. But still, there's more. I figured out pretty quickly that I would need to get a job if I wanted to have money, buy things, and go places. So I applied for a couple, and a few months ago, I was hired at Starbucks. Now, I'll be frank, I never thought I would ever work at a Starbucks, but surprisingly, I really enjoy it. I've made so many new friends and acquaintances, and I actually love what I do. Apparently they like me so much that I'll even be a student manager there next semester, which I never imagined myself doing. And now we're at the end of this semester, which just so happens to be the end of my story, or this part of my story. I've come a long way since my first day of college. I've matured and grown as a student, a worker, and as a person. Even though there were both highs and lows of this year, I wouldn't trade this experience for anything. I've been so happy here, and I couldn't have picked a better place to spend my next 3 years of my life. So, thanks for listening to my story.